Hey y'all, it is 4 o'clock on Tuesday, December 1st. Another month has gone.
Oh my
Isn't
goodness.
that amazing? You're at Rosetree Blown Glass Studio and Gallery, and we're starting off with our newest addition to our glass line, which are our Christmas trees, our glass Christmas trees. And they are selling like hotcakes, or Christmas trees at Christmas time. We have 4 different styles, 3 different sizes, and really we're really pleased with the response that we're getting from y'all. So I thank you for that. And we have them set up in our little Christmas village. You'll see we have our little church scene here, and our little glass blowing studio up here. And this is our watchmaker, which has the blue Christmas trees. And yeah, so this is our setup, and they are online. And if you want to go there and buy some, we'd really appreciate it. So that's our first commercial break. How y'all doing? I'm Mark. Along with my wife, Brenda, we own Rosetree Blown Glass Studio and Gallery, and we're coming to you from beautiful downtown, historic Algiers Point, New Orleans, Louisiana. Today is kind of cold. You notice the apparel today, long pants, which as I do for maybe a week. So this week will be the long pants week, and then we'll go back to summertime after this. So anyway, today we are going to do a fluted dish, which is just a smaller piece, 2 layers, 2 gathers, and just a fun piece that actually is selling really, really well for us. And just thought it would be something quick and easy, and then you can get on your way back to Giving Tuesday or whatever you want to do, donating or buying, and doing it from the comfort of your own home. So we will get started. As always, if you have any questions, just put them in the comment area, and the voice behind the camera is Darcy, and she will relay those questions to me, and I'll try to answer your glass questions while I'm working. As always, we love thumbs up, we love hearts, and just if you're not a follower of Rosetree, please do. We're still inching towards that 5,000 follower plateau, which hopefully we'll get at some point. All right, so time to get started. Little water.
Hydrate.
Hydration.
Jerry Lynn said that those are super cool and they are pretties.
We're really pleased with them.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go over to the furnace.
How many gathers are we going to have today?
Yeah.
2.
So first gather, each layer is called a gather because you're gathering on the pipe. So first layer is going to be clear. Second layer, second gather is going to have the colored glass chips on it. This is my furnace. My furnace has a ceramic bowl inside called a crucible, and the crucible can hold up to 400 pounds of molten glass in it. 2,050 degrees inside here. So this stays on 24/7. If we turn it off, it takes at least a week to come back up to temperature. So we're blowing all the time, so we keep it on we try to keep it on as much as we can. Sometimes it has other issues and we have to turn it off, but hopefully it stays on all the time.
This is where I come when I get chilly and I need to warm up.
Yes. This is a blowpipe, the same kind of tool that's been used for 2,500 years or so. Same methodology. So you see in here, nice and toasty. So that's my first layer, my first gather. And you'll see the glass, when it's 2,050 degrees, is molten, which means it's a liquid. So now we're going to go over to my area. And this table is called a marber, and the marber is used to cool and to shape the glass. So I'm going to just shape this first gather and then do what's called an air trap, which is I'm going to blow into the end of the pipe, put a finger over the end, and then I'm going to watch the tip of the blowpipe, and the cool air is going to heat up by the glass and going to expand, and you'll see the bubble came out. And the bubble is actually the inside of the piece. So that's what we're going to start with for our piece.
So Cheryl's asking, what is the temperature of the heat? And I'm guessing maybe the glass?
2050 inside the furnace. Inside the reheating chambers is probably 100, a couple hundred degrees hotter. But that's just hot, there's no glass in there. And that's just on while we're here, while we're working. So you'll see the bubble inside, and I'm waiting for this color to disappear. Once that color disappears, it tells me that the glass is hard enough to support the next gather on top. Right now, if it's too hot, the gather heats this gather up too much and becomes really floppy.
Excellent.
Alright, so you see it's lost most of the color. It's down to like a dark cherry. So that's cool enough, and I'll get another layer.
It's so quiet in here without all the fans having to be on.
I know. I turn my fans off because it's cold. You still have a few fans on just to keep the air moving in here. But it definitely is quieter. Alright, so that's the second gather. And we're going to go over and go directly into the chips. Now these chips are colored glass that is cracked up and sized so that the chips go on smoothly. If I had different sized chips, the ones that'll stick to the glass first would be the tallest ones, the biggest ones. So if they're all the same size, you get a more even coating on it.
Barry just made it and said hi all.
Hello, hello.
Yay, Barry.
And just a little bit more on the bottom because the bottom expands more and I want a nice density on it here. I'm going to heat that up, and you can see the color inside the reheating chamber is brighter than the color inside the furnace. This is more yellow than the furnace, is a little bit more orange, and that'll tell you that this is hotter than that. So I'm just going to smooth these out on the marble. Again, the marble is just another tool to help shape.
Barry said it's cold.
Cold here or cold in New York?
Oh, if it's cold here, it's got to be cold in New York.
They had a storm go through yesterday, I think it was.
I know.
But it is December 1st, so. And, you know what December 1st means, Darcy?
November is over.
And, which means?
Christmas is closer.
Hurricane season's over.
Oh yeah! I forgot that glorious part of this.
So we're not going to get any hurricanes anymore until next year.
Yeah, it's 2020. Be careful what you say. Barry said it must be cold. He just realized long pants.
Yeah, this morning when I got in the car, it was like 40 degrees, which is cold here. I know y'all don't think that's cold, but down here, it's a damn cold. You know how people say that.
Well, that's why I don't live in New York.
Right.
Because this is the level of cold I'm willing to put up with.
So I'm using an ice pick just to pull back the color. It's a feathering design. I'm going to do that one more time.
Jerry Lynn said shh about
the H word?
Yeah. Barry said it's 46 degrees here.
Okay. Well, we're warmer now, but that's how it was cool this morning.
I tell you what, Dave had me really worried about how cold it was down here
He came
because
in with a coat on. And
yeah, he looked like he was going out to the Arctic. I mean,
it's funny. I see people walking by and they're wearing parkas and jackets. Like, people, it's only 65 degrees. All right, so I'm going to comb this one more time.
oh, Bobby's here. Bobby said, "Hush, it's 2020."
Right.
Jinx, don't jinx it.
I think it doesn't need me to jinx it.
That is also
If
true.
Mother Nature listens to me, we would change this. We would turn this ship around.
Bobby said it's 45 there,
All right.
but down to 27 tonight. Oh, Bobby, you better.
We had
warm up.
There was frost warnings on the South Shore last night.
I know, we never get that. That's always the North Shore's business. Jerry Lynn said it's 70 here and I'm freezing.
Turn the fireplace on. All right, so I'm heating this up to smooth out the lines that I just put in by combing. And then I'll start blowing out the shape.
I like the little fluted dishes.
They're cute. They have lots of different purposes.
Mm-hmm.
So you see the lines are gone. I'm gonna expand that bubble again. So you see down here it's starting to expand. That tells me that the bubble is still there, because you can close the bubble back up into the pipe if you put too much pressure on it. So the bubble's in there, and then I'm going to heat this up and cut my jack line in. A jack line is using a tool called jacks. It's like a big pair of crimps almost, and I'm going to cut a line into the top of the piece next to the pipe, which will release it from the pipe later.
Bobby said the only good thing about the cold is I get to wear my leather.
There you go. So these are jacks, and they come in different sizes, and the blades come in different configurations. This blade shape I kind of like because it's sharp and cuts into the glass really nicely. And then I have another pair which are kind of just more comfortable for me, and I use those for shaping. So I'm cooling the bottom, because I need a thickness on the bottom. While I'm blowing, instead of having an assistant sit at that end of the pipe, I have a tool that blows air into the pipe while I'm working, which is kind of nice. Unless you're one of those people who lost their job because I got the machine instead of the person. So bottom is flat. And just measuring, nice. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get another rod with a little bit of glass on it. I'm going to stick it on the bottom, and I'm going to cut using a diamond impregnated file. I'm going to cut the jack line with some water in the file, and it's going to separate from there onto the punty rod. So I'm putting a little bit of heat in here because I'm going to be gone for a little bit, so it has to have some heat in it or it'll crack.
I don't know if Corey's here or not, but if he's not, he's missing a little floppy bowl. Just a little one.
It's a controlled floppy.
It is.
So I am going to put a little release on the punty. Keep it on the close to center. Use water and a file at the jack line. And if everything's done correctly, it separates.
Just like that.
Just like that. And I'm going to heat the whole thing up, called flashing. I'm going to flash the whole piece. Then I'm going to pull back and just heat the lip up, because the lip was the coldest part before. So that's the part that needs to be shaped. So I have to make that the hottest part. So this is going to be my longest reheat, is the initial reheat on the lip. I do have one fan blowing right here, just because I don't like blowing glass without air movement. It's just a thing.
Yeah, I did get chilly when I got closer to the
stagnant air.
to the heat.
Caught you off guard, huh?
It did.
So I'm giving this a nice heat, and I'll start to spread the lip open.
Well, it's certainly pretty from underneath already.
Yeah, I like the way that the feathering, what the poles do.
Yeah, it almost looks like a little sun spinning around in there.
So you see the top of it is hotter than the bottom, just by, you can tell by the color. And I'm using the jacks on the inside and spreading them open. So you see that's opening the whole piece up. And then I'm going to heat the piece up and concentrate on the lip. And I'm going to let centrifugal force bring the lip out to make it wider. So I flash the whole piece. Can't let the putty get too cold or it'll break off the putty too early. And I'm heating just the lip up. Occasionally I'm going to flash the whole body and then come back out and just do the lip. You see the lip is starting to move out a little bit. That's telling me it's getting enough heat. Now I'm going to sit at the bench and let centrifugal force take that away, and then I'm going to carefully space. That's the hardest part of these pieces, is to, or for me, is to hit it right. Because I like the flutes on it to be very, to be a little bit more symmetrical than just whatever we call the floppy bowl, which is just spinning it open, hanging it down, and letting it do its thing.
Letting nature take its course.
Right. So I'm going to iridise this, which is over there, so, and it has to be quick, so I'm going to run over there and do that and come back.
And I'm not fast enough to join him, so we will wait here. And get out of the way. So for those who don't know, this is for Jerry Lansell business. Isn't he the cutest? Take you on the fastest tour of his stuff.
So the iridescence puts a nice metallic sheen on it, and what it does is it's metallic spray that deposits onto the glass and fuses to it. So it doesn't come off like when you wash it or whatever. So you see how it's more metallic right now?
How beautiful that is.
And that is a fluted dish. And what I'm going to do is come over here to the crack off area. And a little tap should take that off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my torch and just heat up just the connection point from the punty and smooth that out so it's not sharp. Take my nice gloves, give them a little heat, and there's the fluted dish.
Beautiful.
And it goes in the oven. That oven is called an annealing oven. And what the annealing oven does is we hold the temperature in the annealing oven at about 920 degrees. And that piece, the lip was the hottest part of the piece. So when it goes into the annealing oven, it still has a little range of heat within the piece. So the whole piece equalizes at 920 degrees, and then slowly overnight, over about 16 hours or so, it goes from 920 down to room temperature, and that's called annealing. What that does is it removes the stress in the piece. If you just left the piece out when I was done, it would eventually crack going from hot to cold too fast. So, let's go back to the Christmas Village really quickly.
All right. Jerry Lynn did say, "Oh boy, that's gorgeous."
Thank y'all.
And Barry said, "Magic." We did have one question.
Okay.
Kristen was asking, "Are you guys still allowing us to come and make a piece?"
No. We're not doing the blow your own experiences right now, just because it's too risky for us. I don't feel comfortable having people outside my bubble coming into the studio and sharing equipment, sharing tools, sharing blowpipes, me being very close to them, explaining everything. So we made the decision that we're not going to do that this year. It was a hard decision to make because that was a lot of our income that we lost, but it's the right one because we want to be careful. Nobody knows what this virus is doing, so we're trying to stay as careful as we can. So you see, those are our Christmas trees in our Christmas village. And those of y'all in the neighborhood, the Christmas village will be going up into our window tomorrow, so we're not going to have it down here anymore. And hydrate. That's our big item now for Christmas time. So pretty much that's it for today. We will get back to work. We've been very busy. We've been fortunate. I want to thank you all for all your support and all your help. You are making this small business feel the love, and we would love for you to love small businesses, because as always, as I say, small businesses run the economy. And think of the people in your neighborhood who have businesses, who you need to support, especially times like this. And if you need glass, you know where to find us. We are at rosetreegallery.com. Everything is there. We do have a sale page, which we're constantly replenishing and putting new stuff up on. Facebook, we are Rosetree Blown Glass. Instagram, Rosetree Glass Gallery. And all of these Facebook Lives go up on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, which is Rosetree Blown Glass Studio and Gallery. Anyway, I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. We didn't say anything about Thanksgiving.
We didn't.
I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving, and please help support local businesses, local small businesses. And as always, take care of one another, love one another, and we will see you all on Thursday. And who knows what we'll do? Some more magic. Take care, y'all.